Okay, Kathleen, where is the settlement at now?
Yeah, you know what? It's in limbo, which is bad news. Survivors have been waiting for this to get settled, and instead now there's a whole bunch of question marks around it. A judge decided last week he liked 2/3 of it. He loved the $750 million for survivors, the $50 million to create a healing foundation. He thought, great idea. But then there's $75 million for lawyers' fees. He couldn't approve that.
And what's the problem then with the lawyers' fees?
Right. You know, normally in these big class action, these big settlements, those fees are a percentage, and they're generally just approved and away we go. This time, like, 2 judges are looking at 2 levels, federal and provincial. Federal judges signed off. Provincial judges like, wait. He says, some of these law firms were working on this much longer than some of the others. The ones who were in from the beginning deserve the fees. The ones are the late, Johnny come lately, no, it's too much. They should get paid by the amount of time they invested. This is a brand new approach to doing these settlement things.
Well, and this hasn't been the first time there's been problems with lawyers involved in these types of settlements. So it's interesting that we're even having this discussion then. So, but what does it mean? What does this discussion mean kind of going forward?
Okay, so what it means is everything's on hold, and survivors are very unhappy about that. So the judge asked the lawyers, can you guys split your fees? That means the settlement can go ahead without the lawyer fee part, and then you guys can meet with judge separately, and we'll try to come to an agreement on how much you should be paid. But he's like, that's too much money. The lawyers, though, only 2 of them have agreed. 2 firms say yeah, 3 firms say no. So we've got kind of a standoff.
And so the 3 that say no, why wouldn't they just go along with this new method of getting paid?
Well, I think it's going to set a precedent for going forward, and that means any firms that come in later, even bringing in a big group of claimants, could be affected. Their fees could be affected, and they don't feel it's necessary because there's 2 levels of courts here. One's federal, one's provincial. The ones in the provincial arena are like, this is fine with us. Let the survivors go ahead and let's get the settlement going. The ones that are dealing in the federal arena are like, no, that judge in provincial, he doesn't have jurisdiction over us. He shouldn't be making any decisions about how much we get paid. So it's kind of been left now that, and Canada, like the federal minister involved, Carolyn Bennett, she agrees. She's like, you guys split your fees out of the settlement and let's let it go ahead. And they call that delinking. And they, like I say, the 2 say yes, 3 say no. So the minister and the survivors want the lawyers to do this delinking, but these firms so far are holding fast. Although I have heard that they're going to meet with the federal judge very soon to see if he can maybe get this impasse cleared up. I think everybody wants it to go forward, but you know, we're going to see. It's very interesting.
So we will see, and we'll have you back to explain how it all shakes down. Thank you so much for joining me.
My pleasure.